gentlemen, are we enjoying ourselves so far? I am enjoying myself, and what's more important, I'm learning so much from this event. Next on this lineup, I want to invite the Fake Family Initiative, represented here today by Ada Christine Elochi. She's going to talk to us about education. She's from the Center for Women Development and Educational Awareness, and she's going to tell us a thing or two about women education. Please welcome with a round of applause, Ada Christine.
Good evening, everybody. I want to take indulgence and I want to greet the men and women at the high table. And I want to thank especially the organizers of this event, the Women for Change Initiative, especially my friend and sister, Ndidi. I want to tell you well done for this wonderful work you have put in here. And it's my honor to represent Faith Family Initiative on this great occasion. It's the Center for Women Development and Educational Awareness Campaign. Actually, Mr. Rotimi, the former mayor, has already spoken all that I wanted to say and express concerning women and education. And I want to quote him here. He said, education is a key that unlocks the door of poverty. So we have poverty of education if you don't have one. I'm not talking about education in terms of degree, PhD, masters or whatever, but acquisition of skills in terms of grassroots, that's basic knowledge, getting the knowledge. It could be through community education, it could be through personal development, it could be through learning how to cook. Some of us, some women have told me personally that they don't know how to cook. But you can go out there and get the knowledge and learn how to cook. And secondly, education also is the only weapon you can use to change the world. I'm also quoting him. And I want to give an instance of a situation where, as a woman and a mother and a wife and a mother, like I said, your children comes back from school with their homework, and they run to you, Mommy, I want you to help me to solve this little mathematics and comprehension or something, and you send him away. Please just leave me alone. I don't, probably you don't know it. I'm not saying that you must know it, but there are what we call adult literacy. You can go there, make inquiry, how do I train myself in learning how to do simple mathematics, simple deductions and comprehension, so that when the children comes to you, you sit down with them confidently to help them solve one or two things that they don't know. You can do it now. I know that many of us now have our Irish passports, so there is nothing stopping you from going out there to get the knowledge. There is nothing stopping you there now to go and get it, because sometimes it's now free. You are no more paying. We went to school here. I went to school here where I paid thousands to get a degree. But now you can be sponsored. So what I'm saying here is that because we have the red passport, as we all know, thank God for that, we have the power to get acquisition. We have the power to go and get the knowledge. We have the power to go out there and get the knowledge. And I used to quote whenever I'm talking to women in seminars about education and acquisition of skills. I said, it's a choice you made by yourself, to yourself, and for yourself. So I urge you to go out there and get the knowledge. And then finally, like I said, I didn't want to go into details or theories of education or who said Ferrer or Freud or whatever. No, I just want us to have an interactive situation where all of us just gather and interact and rub minds. Education also helps you to network. You go there, you meet people of like minds. And I also encourage women to join groups. Look at these lovely, adorable groups that are here. They are all my friends. I'm part of them. Although I'm not wearing their uniform, so I'm part of them. When you join group, you learn a lot of things. Group dynamism helps you, to enjoy life to the fullest. Because you go there, you see people with different skills, different skills, different, how do I put it? People with different skills. People that have known one thing or the other. You learn, like in parenting, you learn a lot of things, how to parent. You learn a lot of things that when you take it home, there will be a change in your home, in your marriage, and in the way you look after your children. So, finally, I also want to...
the MC is a human being. I have a daughter there, she's the one who's calling that this, but don't worry, we'll be fine. Okay, just talking about food. If you are planning to cook for Irish people, please be very careful with the pepper. They call of Ireland. And she's going to be talking to us on women and economic independence. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Dr. Vivian Valley in Owahia. Please welcome her. Thank you.
Before I came to give this presentation today, I had to ask Ndidi, what kind of a presentation do you want me to give? And she said 10 minutes. So it's going to be a very short presentation. I'm not going to be talking to you today for just 10 minutes. First of all, I would like to define economic independence. Economic independence and security is the availability of a steady and reliable source of income to sustain daily living for oneself and one's family, and to allow for planning in the future. As women, it is very important that we are economically independent, that we are able to provide for ourselves, our families, and our community as a whole. According to a survey that was carried out in India, 58% of women that did not work wanted to work. And the main reason why these women wanted to work was because they wanted to earn money. Earn money to improve their own lives and to improve the lives of their families, and also to secure a better future for their children. So it is very important that women are economically independent. Women are usually faced with poverty, and usually it is always difficult for women to become economically independent. 67% of women said in this survey that they would like to work, but they would like to work from home. Working from home means these women wanted to be self-reliant. They wanted to be able to provide for themselves from home and provide for their families as well. For a woman to be self-dependent, she has to have a lot of capital, and most women don't have this capital to be able to improve their lives and the lives of their family. So what women tend to do is to turn their passion into business, into a money-making venture, so that they are able to improve their own lives and the lives of their families. Take for instance in Ireland, a lot of women here, they make hair, they tie hair ties, and you know that for all of us to look this pretty today, most of us have to spend €5 tying these hair ties. And we ourselves will learn to tie these things at home. So that is another way of being economically independent. Women cook, women bake cakes, they decorate halls, they do all these type of things in Ireland. And it is very, very important that we ourselves learn to do what we love and we turn it into a passion. Because if you're able to do what you love, then you will enjoy doing it, and you'll be able to make money as well, and you'll be able to sustain yourself and your family. In a nutshell, that is all I want to talk about today. Because if I go on to start reading, I'm sure I'll be here for the next 1 hour. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Very nice one. Economic independence is something that's very important important for the season of today with the economic recession and all of that. We appreciate that very much. Okay, without any more delay, we want to move to the Women for Development, for the Women for Change Initiative, and we want to have the Deputy Coordinator speak to us now. And what she's talking about is the importance of communication in parenting. Somebody told me communication is not the same thing as just talking. So we want to learn. I'm very keen, I'm very interested in my children. That's one of my biggest investments, so I'm keen to hear this. She's going to tell us some things that actually do work. Ladies and gentlemen, Amaka Echefu.
A teenager. We were all once a teenager. We've been there, we've done that, and we have the mark to prove it. So don't expect your children to be saints that fell from heaven. We were never saints. We made mistakes and we got correction. So when we make mistakes, it is our duty to correct them, and correct them like human. Don't correct them because you are their parents. You have all the authorities. No, it doesn't work that way. That is when they will now use the counter and fight you. But when you correct them like equals like you, that is when they will actually rely more in you.
The founder, the head of Adorable Mom. Adorable Mom is an organization that celebrates motherhood. That's really their thing. And a lot of people here have spoken about the importance of women in nation building. And Remy is going to come here, GB, to talk to us about motherhood and nation building. Let's see what the link is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here this evening, and I'd like to thank Ndidi, Evelyn Knight, the Women for Change Initiative for having me. Thank you very much. I'll be talking about motherhood and nation building. Unfortunately, I had my notes prepared on my iPad, but just as I was coming up, it wouldn't turn on the assets of the technology. But having said that, there's something that fascinates me about motherhood and parenting as a whole. I often joke with my friends, and I'd say that when we go to school, we do our tests, we write exams, and at the end of the day, we're given certificates. But there's two institutions where you get your certificate, and then you're left to go and face the test and the challenges. One of it, which is the marriage, and the second is motherhood. You're given the birth sex, and then you go and you start facing the challenges, and then the test. Like the speaker who spoke before me said, there's actually no manual for parenting, and it's often trial and all of that that helps through parenting. But one thing that stands out as mothers is that the tremendous influence we have on the nation cannot be underestimated. We have such a great influence, not only on our children, but also on the society as a whole. As mothers, we can do so many things just with the gifts that we're given, the children that we've been blessed with. We can do so much to impact our world. We can do so much to reach out to the nation and to make things change in the world. So many times we look at the world and many of us are not happy with what we see, but we have those children with us that we can actually, not only in our own space impact the world, but we can impact the world as us, and as well we can also impact the world through our children by passing to our children values that we want to see in the society. It's a serious assignment. We can actually do so much to change the world, because the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. I wish everybody the very best of parenting, and I do pray that the very best and the joy of motherhood will be yours and mine. Thank you for listening. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Harry Hindochi.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking of a story once a father called his son and he brought a jigsaw puzzle with him which had a world map, and he gave that jigsaw puzzle to the son and he said, "Can you please make the world map out of the jigsaw?" The boy was very young, he had no clue about the world, so he started connecting all those jigsaw to make the world map. The son came back to the father in few minutes with full world map, solved the puzzle, and the father was very surprised. And he said, "How did you solve this puzzle? You never got a chance to learn about the whole world." And he said, "Father, when I was making this jigsaw puzzle solve, what I did, on the other side, I see my own photograph. So I did not connect the world with the jigsaw thing, but I connected all those pieces to make my face." So Father said that that's the message I wanted to convey to you. I intentionally put your face on the back side. And he said that you are the world. You are the world. If we can't do something, at least we help someone to do that thing. Otherwise it never happens. So I commend all the work that you have taken, you and the team, and all of the women group. And I'm very sure that one day you will make it success. And I pray to God that you get all the success. And I will always support on my individual capacity. Thank you so much.
I want to recognize the presence of the One Digital Women Association here. They actually complimented us very well by arriving the very latest, and they arrived in style. Please put your hands together for them. I also want to say that we have just 2 speakers left, and Oliver Twist at the band will be the next song. So calm down, we'll be there very soon. Health, the all-important health. Finally, we're going to talk about health, and we have somebody who is a clinical nurse, a specialist in infection prevention and control, works within the health service executive, has a passion for empowering and supporting the less privileged groups. She's representing an Irish body on infection and prevention society in research and development in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, Sister Helen Adama.
In the Women for Change, we have already started what we call a network of older Nigerians in Ireland. And this is to bring our older people together. Find a way of, making them to know that we care for them. So we want to use this stage to say that if you have anyone that is, an elderly person in your midst, please, we will very soon will be having some forms that we will fill. Get the form filled. It's a forum where we bring them together to talk about health, talk about themselves, teach them if it is the language, you know, maybe English language, if they can't communicate, a way of bringing them on, you know, to socialize with one another. It's something that Women for Change has, you know, we are just starting, and very soon, as I said, we'll be sending out some forms. So if you are interested, please contact Women for Change, and then you get some forms. And then so that from time to time, we'll come together and then help our elderly women who are here, who are not able to integrate with others because of the language barriers. So on this note, I want to say thank you. I have in mind that the time is clicking and we don't have much time now. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Sister Woman, for that health awakening. Igbo kwenu. One day you talk. That's the first ethnic cultural group for women in this country. The founder is a Nigerian woman, and I'm very, very proud to identify with Nigerian women today. Okay? I'm sure their husbands are also very proud. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to learn how it was possible for Loretta Igosono to break across the ethnic barriers and start the first ethnic cultural group in Ireland for women. Ladies and gentlemen, Loretta Igosono. Just to say, she's the last speaker for tonight, and I want to use the opportunity to thank you all for your patience. Hear her out, and then have our time for it.
And for this singular reason also, I was able to pull together my friends, my well-wishers, and a whole lot of women to come together with a singular purpose to improve the outlook of women here in Ireland and the concept people had for Nigerian women. Because if you agree with me, we had a solid reputation about how women were presented in Europe, especially in Italy. And when I came into Ireland 10 years ago, I'm happy to say, I saw what was happening here, and culturally, I wasn't pleased with it. I said to myself, is it enough to just sit in my sitting room and procrastinate and criticize? That wasn't the best way to make things change. And I thought, like my father always said, the change starts with you. I called my very close friend, Ifeoma. She's the president of One Eduto. And I said to her, wouldn't it be a nice idea to get the women together? We project ourselves the way we want to be projected. And so doing, we get people's attention. And from there, any other thing we want to make them understand, we can use that platform. And she agreed with me. And that was how One Eduto was formed. We came together with the same idea and got friends and also other colleagues around that had the same vision. And that was how we started very closely as a close-knit friends group. We became a support group. And gradually, with the increase in membership, we extended our needs as women.
Finally, we have come to that point that the DJ was actually paid for. We have been itching. So, without us to end this track, I want to use this opportunity to thank you very much for your patience. I want to thank you for the opportunity given to the Women for Change initiative, as well as myself to stand before you and bore you with my long talk. You are a great example of what African patience is, and I want to appreciate you. As few as we are left, could you please appreciate yourself with a round of applause? Thank you very much.